I just talked to everybody and I realized the microphone was off. Welcome, welcome everybody. We're just getting the camera set up and everything ready to go for our intro sequence tonight. I saw Oof Robotics said hello earlier, so hello to you, Oof Robotics. What's the time? It's 8:02, so yeah, I could start pretty close to right about now, I'd say. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Robot Hell NY Fight Night! We are gearing up for another live stream of some incredible Hexbug robot combat action. It is going to be a much better live stream, hopefully, than last time. We had some experimental features in our last live stream, but tonight we've got the standard arena, and we are just ready to go all out with some classic robot fighting action. With that, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into our card of fights that we have lined up for tonight's Robot Hell NY Fight Night. Our first match of the evening. If you take a look to the right side of your screen, you will see our first competitors in our first match. We are going to see the Spiked Hammerbot Strikeout taking on the Drum Spinner Battle Turd. Our second match we'll be seeing, you will notice in the top left corner of your screen, the full body spinner Peas Clubhouse will be taking on the horizontal spinner Flashbang. On the bottom left corner of your screen will be our next matchup. We are going to see Zenith, the lifter vertical spinner kind of hybrid combination. I don't know the technical term. I'm not actually that big of a knowledgeable person on robot combat. And he I completely ruined it by doing that. Anyway, and he will be taking on the Hammer Saw Slice to meet you. And next matchup we will see in the dead center of your screen, Serial Killer make its return. The Mouthbot will be taking on Buzzsaw Express. Spouting a brand new look starting tonight. And finally, well, actually not finally, after those fights we will probably take a brief intermission, or maybe sometime before that. Then perhaps, maybe, we'll see some exhibition fights between a couple different robots not on the card. But after that, we will get into the main event. We will be seeing the vertical spinner Apocalypse 101 taking on the flipper from Double Dragon Robotics, the teammate to the late Toxic Drake, Wicked Wyvern. And that is our fight card, the list of fights, whatever you want to call it, for tonight's installment of Robot Hell NY Fight Night. So we hope you stay with us. If you're just now joining, I have no idea, but welcome! Welcome to Robot Hell NY Fight Night. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, welcome. We enjoy the fact that you are watching us here tonight or later on. Let's just get right into this. We're going to take some of these robots off of the arena and into their pit stall, and we're going to get set up for our first match of the evening. Robot Hell fans, we are back and ready to get into our first fight of the evening. Right after I finish this water, because it is like extremely hot in this room that I'm recording this in. Here we go, folks. Starting us off, our first fight in the red corner. It's Battle Turd. And in the orange corner, it is Strikeout. And actually, I just remembered that I forgot something real quick. I'll be right back. I apologize for the fact that I had to leave briefly, for once again I am an idiot and forgot something. But it's okay! We have the match timer! Set up and ready to go! I know, I am the antithesis of professionalism. I assure you, Oatmeal Robotics, I do not hate you specifically. I just hate remembering basic things. Oh, God. Okay. With that, we are ready to finally get underway with match number 1 of Robot Hell NY Fight Night. With that, let's count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Strikeout, trying to get some hits in early on. Now, both of these guys are tracked bases, so it's actually interesting to note they kind of have similar mobility on this surface, both being tracks. They do have different turning speeds, so it might be a little bit harder for them to connect. And Strikeout almost gets caught up on the wall as they go clashing. Battle Turd trying to get some damage points in on those loose bats on Strikeout. A lot of these bodies are actually very worn down. They're several years old. But Battle Turd's body, brand new, it was just made last night as he gets a hit on the shell. Once again onto Battle Turd. They're trying to go back and forth. Strikeout caught on the wall, gets under control as he continues to go for the back of Battle Turd. You can hear the metal spike of Strikeout connecting with the floor. Did Battle Turd have him up against the wall there for a second? Maybe on 2 wheels? I'm not sure. Well, not wheels because they both have tracks. I don't know what I'm saying. The action is too intense. Strikeout trying to back Battle Turd into the wall using his pushing power, and it may have worked because look at that! The track is off of Battle Turd. That is going to be a severe disadvantage to the drum spinner. As Strikeout taking advantage, getting some shots in the corner. Battle Turd, nowhere to go! Strikeout taking advantage of this unfortunate situation for Battleturd. This one might be all over for the Turd, unless he can do something drastic, but I don't think that he's gonna get lucky here tonight as Strikeout continues his all-out assault on Battleturd. And there goes the other track. Battleturd is completely immobile here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. Strikeout taking full advantage. 28 seconds left on the clock. And it looks like Strikeout is just gonna leave him there. And this fight is going to result in a count out for Battleturd, completely immobilized, which means your winner of our first fight is Strikeout. Now, it looked like Strikeout from the very beginning did have an edge with the faster capabilities here a little bit, catching up to Battleturd a little bit faster, but Battleturd also trying to get the control in there. It was only after Battleturd lost not only one, but both of its mobility tracks that Strikeout was just able to completely dominate this fight and take the win here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. With that, we're going to clear up the wreckage from fight number 1 and set up for fight number 2. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Robot Hell NY Fight Night. And we are back. I just wanted to show you the damage that was done to Battleturd's brand new casing. You can see a lot of the impact, but this right here, especially where it's not covered by the body, or rather it's not attached to the body anyway, just kind of hanging off, Strikeout actually did some pretty good damage to that brand new Battleturd body shell. So definitely, even if it wasn't a count-out victory, Strikeout was definitely gonna get that win no matter what. Robot Hell fans, fight number 2 is about to commence. I cannot understate how freaking hot it is in this room right now. I've only done one fight and I'm covered in sweat right now. It's horrible. But I'd rather do this in here with the good lighting than out in the shed where I did it last time, where it's going to be completely dark and you can't see anything. So compromises must be made. Either way, I'd actually still be sweating, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference. But anyway, we are ready to get into match number 2 here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. I don't remember if this is the same match I said was going to happen second, but this is the match that's happening second. So anyway, here we go, folks. In the left corner, in the red square, it's the full body spinner, Pete's Clubhouse. And in the right corner, in the orange square, he's ready to make his opponents and your eyes bleed. It's the holographic horizontal spinner, Flashbang. And with that, we are ready to get underway with fight number 2 here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. The 3-minute timer is set. The bots are set. The arena is set. Let's get it underway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, interesting notes. Pete's Clubhouse is armed with thumbtacks on either end of its full body spinner. The problem with this fight is Flashbang keeping up with Pete's Clubhouse. Will he let Pete's Clubhouse get up to speed? Or will he completely dominate him this entire fight? Right now it looks like Flashbang is going for the latter option, not letting Pete's Clubhouse spin up, which is a very, very good strategy on his part. He has a spinner that is much, much faster and it hits a lot harder. So in theory, Pete's Clubhouse is going to have a harder time this match. But never say never on Robot Hell. And it looks like Flashbang might be a little bit stuck. Pete's Clubhouse taking advantage, going into the corner, using a little bit of what we call that dreaded doorstop strategy. Again, another fight where both competitors not very evenly matched in terms of speed. I think Flashbang once again getting caught up on the elevated portion of the arena. It's always been a problem with this original arena. That corner right there is a little bit higher up than the rest. Pete's Clubhouse taking advantage. Another nice connection. Flashbang getting stuck. This could be his downfall. Pete's Clubhouse could use this to his advantage. Another nice connection there from these two. The action's a little slower this time, but these two trying to find the absolute number one opportunity to try and get each other. Finding it a little bit right here again. Flashbang having troubles with the arena floor. The tombstone bases especially have always had a problem with this arena. Pete's Clubhouse could very easily let it go. Oh, that was a nice hit. Go to a count-out victory. But he's not going to do that. That's boring. We all know what we want to see, and it's not a victory via floor. I'm surprised none of the thumbtacks have come off of Pete's Clubhouse. He's definitely got them on there really good. Much better than the teeth that it had at the original NY Fight Night. As they continue to battle for control of this arena floor, Pete's Clubhouse pushing Flashbang around left and right. And that is the timer. 3 minutes is up. This match is over. It was definitely a different paced match. Both competitors trying desperately to get towards each other. There were some good hits made in that fight. However, Flashbang getting caught up as much as it did. Pete's Clubhouse had a lot of control in this fight. It's going to have to end up going to a decision that will be made in just a few moments. A decision has been made. The winner of the Pete's Clubhouse, due to the fact that Flashbang was having so much trouble maneuvering, and Pete's Clubhouse was able to take advantage, get some hits in, and push him around the arena for that ultimate control factor. Pete's Clubhouse will be walking away with the victory in fight number 2 of Robot Hell NY Fight Night. Robot Hell fans, we are geared up for fight number 3 of Robot Hell NY Fight Night. We have now the 2-button fight here tonight. That kind of rhymed, except you can't rhyme night with night or fight. Maybe, you know what, screw it, it doesn't matter. In the left corner, in the red square, it's the Hammer Saw Slice to meet you! And in the right corner, in the orange square, it's Zenith! Now, Zenith has quite an interesting fight history. It's shown a lot of prowess in multiple different fights. It's shown a lot of potential, and it is testing a brand new configuration here tonight. So we're going to see if that brand new configuration aids it at all in this fight. But without further ado, let's get our timer set up and let's get underway with match number 3 here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. Counting it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Wait, where did the other controller go? God damn it. I just had it in my hand. Where did it go? There it is. Oh my god. I am the worst event... I'm the worst promoter of all time. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Zenith already appears to be stuck in the wall. There we go. Gets Slice to meet you right where he wants him. Again with that saw, trying to get Slice to meet you in the exact spot he wants him in. Slice to meet you trying to counter with that saw. Not getting it lined up quite right just yet. Slice to meet you trying to cut into that paper skin on the wedge of Zenith. The pit door is coming loose from all of the fast-paced action from these competitors' rubber wheels. It's another one where the hits are kind of hard to line up. But when they hit, that is for certain. Zenith is caught between a rock and a hard place right now. This actually could be a rare loss for Zenith if he doesn't step it up just a little bit. There he goes, got him in the corner, sliced. Oh, you could hear that impact with the 2 spinning blades. Oh, and look at that. Slice to meet you, it's a battle of the hammers. Slice to Meet You somehow has almost full control in this match. A very rare thing to see. Zenith not completely in control. Well, look out! Slice to Meet You a little bit caught up. Both competitors now caught up in that pit door, which wasn't actually supposed to be active for this fight. Oh, look at the battle of the two hammers going at it in the middle of the arena. Sinking deeper and deeper into that pit. I guess that technically counts as a pit, even though the pit door is not active, so this match will continue. Slice to Meet You has shown a rare test of its strength here tonight. And Zenith with a rare loss as the time expires here tonight on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. A very unexpected turn of events. Zenith not usually one to lose that easily. It looks like its brand new weapon wasn't too effective against an opponent that could not only outmaneuver it, but do a little bit of the same thing as well. It's very, very interesting to see that fight. They were having a little bit of trouble lining up, but then they kind of forced each other to keep hitting right in the middle as Zenith sinks into the pit door, which again was not even supposed to be active for this fight. Still a wild finish to this fight. I don't think we need a judge's decision here, folks. I cannot believe I'm about to say these words, but your winner is Slice to Meet You. Before we get on to our next fight, let's just take a look at some of the wedge damage done to Zenith during that fight. Jesus, I did not mean to punt my phone off of the... Anyway, some of the damage done to Zenith here, you can see this starting to lift up. That damage was already done before, but not to that extent right there. This is all new. And of course, this brand new cardboard wedge that was applied to Zenith in a test for this fight, almost completely gone. So Slice to Meet You actually did quite a number to old Zenith here. A surprising turn of events, but I can't say I'm disappointed. Waited here, since I decided to throw it off of the stand on accident. I also love putting the chalk details on the arenas because as the show goes on, you can see the chalk wearing down more and more throughout the night. And honestly, I just love that aesthetic. It's really cool to see. And also with that, we are going to take probably a 5-minute intermission because I need to go grab another bottle of water. I am sweating profusely and it is hot in here. And besides that, I actually don't have another excuse. So we're going to take about a 5-minute intermission. We will be right back with our next fight featuring Buzzsaw Express taking on Serial Killer. Alright, Robot Hell fans, we are back and gearing up for our next match here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. Now, some may call this match a little bit one-sided, but you know what? We like to have faith in all of our competitors here on Robot Hell, so let's give it a chance, alright? Coming up in the left corner, in the red square, making its return after I don't even know how long, it's Serial Killer! And in the right corner, in the orange square, he's ready to chew his opponents to pieces. It's Buzzsaw Express! We are ready to begin this matchup. We are counting it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both competitors actually appearing to have some issues here navigating this floor. Oh my! Buzzsaw Express with the blade right into Serial Killer. I'm not actually sure what the problem is with Buzzsaw Express. It could be either hitting that ground or maybe perhaps with some signal issues with the back plate. Serial Killer going in for a move, trapping Buzzsaw in the corner. Trying to clamp down onto Buzzsaw. I suppose that's really all he can do. Buzzsaw Express definitely having some unforeseen issues. I still don't see this matchup going on any other way than I expected, though, but we'll just have to find out. It's not over yet. Now, it is also important to note that Serial Killer does not have any back wheels, as you may notice. Buzzsaw Express getting in, perhaps trying to kill Serial Killer from the inside. Trying to use that wedge to push the Serial Killer across the arena. Although that wedge is incredibly old and practically useless. Both of our opponents seem to have come to a standstill on the edge of the arena. Oh, that wedge still getting under Serial Killer. Trying to loosen some of that paper from the Serial Killer. However, I want to say, oh my goodness! And Buzzsaw Express pins the Serial Killer down right as the clock expires. Hey, not all of these fights can be winners, okay? Some of these have to be experimental. Nevertheless, Buzzsaw Express having some problems. Gonna have to take a look at what was causing them to see what was up. It looks like it was struggling to get either traction or signal, one of those two. And Serial Killer was just being Serial Killer. Even though Buzzsaw Express had all of those problems, I think the win's still obviously going to Buzzsaw Express, while Serial Killer did mount some offense, trying to clamp down. Buzzsaw Express still getting a lot of good hits in with that blade, and actually, before we check or before we settle the score, let's just take an up close look at our two robots here. Well, Serial Killer definitely has a lot more chalk on it than it did before. I'm not actually seeing any nicks whatsoever in its paper construction, which definitely is a testament to how dull the blades on Buzzsaw Express have gotten. Hey, these robots lie dormant for over half a year, and then I just decide to bring them out one day and lay them down. Sometimes they get worn out, sometimes they get dull, but in the end, this fight is still going to go to Buzzsaw Express. And, I think we'll give Buzzsaw Express a little bit of a better fight later on, because I feel like it needs to, let's have a bit of a better fight later on. But with that, actually, I do believe, yes, indeed, that is all of our fights done with before the main event. So actually, now I guess we can get into some exhibition fights. Some fights that were not on the card, but ones that might be a little bit more fun to see here tonight. I know we've apparently only got 3 viewers on the stream, but that's alright. If any of the viewers that are watching want to come in and suggest potentially a matchup they might want to see, and if not, that's perfectly okay. We have plenty of options. We'll figure out something. I'll get the tracks back on Battletoad in case we want to bring back Battletoad for an exhibition fight. It's very interesting to see that the tracks on Battletoad lasted, or they didn't last, and the tracks on Pete's Clubhouse, they lasted all the way through the fight. Now, of course, their opponents were not the same, but still, interesting to see the difference between tracks and their durabilities on what is essentially the exact same base with a different weapon. Now, it can be very interesting to see. I know a couple fights that I would want to see potentially before we get into our main event. Again, if any of our wonderful, beautiful viewers want to suggest a fight that they might potentially want to see, this would be the time to do so. But if not, that's perfectly alright as well. Gives me some time to drink some more water. Alright, well, I've got a match up coming up for our first exhibition fight here tonight. Again, these are fights that are not on the card. They will still count towards official records. Not that we're keeping official records documented, but if we ever were to, this would be in consideration. All right. We've got exhibition match number in the left corner, in the red square, it's Flashbang. And in the right corner, the orange square, it's Battleturd. Oh, great, they're out of sync. Anyway, let's just get underway! Three minutes once again on the clock. Oh, Flashbang had a perfect opportunity to strike. But once again, getting caught up in the arena floor. Here comes Battleturd to take advantage and just effortlessly push him around with his tracks. Oh, that was a hard impact. This fight is being dulled a little bit by the fact that the spinner somehow got out of sync. I'm trying to fix that. Battleturd using his tractive efforts to try and pin Flashbang into the corner. And Flashbang, I know, definitely trying to remove the tracks on Battleturd, because when that happens, the fight's pretty much over for Battleturd. It might have been Battleturd's best interest to try and keep Flashbang in the right corner where that floor is that the Tombstone base doesn't like very much. Flashbang with a hard miss into the corner. Oh no, the track! Battleturd! That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. And now Battleturd stuck to very, very limited movements. Flashbang could have this one in the bag now. Battleturd stuck on the track thanks to Flashbang pushing him into it. Oh, the spinners are in sync! But now both are stuck! Because of course they are! Not much either of these two competitors can do now. Flashbang is basically immobilized. Battleturd can only turn left. And that is time for this exhibition fight. That is why these are exhibition fights. The fight card fights are specifically chosen to be good fights. These exhibition fights are a bit of an experiment off the card. May not turn out as well as some of the pre-planned fights. This one's going to be tough because Battleturd lost control and Flashbang got stuck. Determining a winner for this one is not going to be easy. However, I think that Flashbang is just going to edge it out just a little bit because of Battleturd becoming completely immobilized. And even though for a short period of time Flashbang did have the advantage, taking advantage with a lot of different hits on the Battleturd, so I think that Flashbang is going to come out on top in this bout. Exhibition fight number 2 will see a rematch between these two competitors. We saw them fight on the original episode of Robot Hell NY Fight Night, and now they are back. We've got Zenith taking on Buzzsaw Express. I've made a change to Buzzsaw Express ahead of this match. As much as I loved the Rest in Peace Ozzy Osbourne plate on the back of Buzzsaw Express, I do believe it was causing some unintentional signal issues, so I have removed it for this fight, and we are going to see if it makes any improvement in the performance of Buzzsaw Express in this match. This is also another opportunity to see if Zenith can take advantage of that brand new configuration it has, because if Buzzsaw Express gets turned over, it might be over for him. It can self-right, but only under very certain and specific rare circumstances. So this one is going to be an interesting bout. For sure. I was trying to think of a word to say for sure. With that, we're going to count down from 5, 4. Maybe, if Buzzsaw Express can turn on. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zenith has got Buzzsaw pinned in the corner. Oh, that could have been a bad move from Buzzsaw. Oh, wow. Zenith got the blade of Buzzsaw Express pinned down. Buzzsaw trying to counterattack with the saw. Zenith maybe having some mobility issues. Oh, Buzzsaw pinned in the corner. He's still in this fight. Oh my, Buzzsaw continuing to get manhandled by Zenith, but really only in those corners. If Buzzsaw can stay out of the corners, it could be an advantage. Buzzsaw's wedge has basically become useless. Oh my! Once again, Zenith won the attack! Zenith's cardboard wedge has just about come undone. Oh, Zenith almost with a sneaky hit there on the Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw with the dodge out of the way. This one's getting heated. Zenith got Buzzsaw pinned in the corner. And that is time. That is time, but they're still going. They're not done yet. We're still fighting this one out. They are continuing after the time, over 30 seconds after time, and these two are still fighting it out. They've got some beef they want settled right now. from Zenith's every move. There's some more heavy shots from Zenith. A very heavy rumbling coming from Zenith as that spinner collides with the former wedge. These two have still not given up. They are still going over a minute. Overtime has expired, and these two are still going at each other. Buzzsaw Express and Zenith. I knew that they had a good fight at NY Fight Night, but I wasn't aware that their rivalry went this deep. Zenith trying to get the lift on Buzzsaw Express in the corner. This fight is still going. Will these two ever separate? They have been shut down. 2 minutes and 20 seconds past the time expired, and these two kept on fighting. Unbelievable. What an intense rivalry between these two bots. Going so far as to continue the fight 2 minutes after the timer expired. What a crazy finish to this bout. Now, I'm not sure if going 2 minutes over the timer is really within the rules. It might be subject to disqualification for both of these competitors. However, it was indeed an incredible fight. Let's take a look at some of the aftermath from this fight. You can see that Zenith's wedge plate armor is still continuing to rip up even more than it was before. And interestingly, Buzzsaw Express, look at this. The cardboard wedge from Zenith, the weapon extension, got stuck in Buzzsaw Express. Some very incredible damage being done to these two competitors after battling it out for so long after the time expired. But now, we have stalled enough. We are now going to prepare for our final fight. We'll be right back in just a moment. And now, Robot, it is time for the main event. In the left corner, in the red square, from Double Dragon Robotics, teammate to Toxic Drake, the Flipper, it's Wicked Wyvern. And in the right corner, in the orange square, it's gets the vertical spinner. It's Apocalypse 101! Only one of these two competitors can take the win in our main event here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. Let's count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Apocalypse 101 immediately getting some trouble in with the floor right there. Apocalypse 101 with the vast advantage here with the mobility. However, remember, with the flipper, it only takes one good hit. And the match is over. Apocalypse 101 trying to go for the long shots. Oh! And Wicked Wyvern gets the flip in! Apocalypse 101 trying to move. Wyvern is not done yet. Trying to land another hit on Apocalypse. Looks like he's trying to flip him back over. Trying to say, hey, we're not done yet. Get back on your feet. And Apocalypse is back in the match. Oh no, Apocalypse stuck in the corner. Wicked Wyvern going in for the advantage. Apocalypse 101 once again stuck on the wall with its sharp wedge. Oh! Oh my gosh! A huge, huge turn of events for Apocalypse 101. Its spinner is stuck on its decoration. I repeat, Apocalypse 101 spinner is stuck on its decoration. Its spinner has been deactivated. This is a huge, huge turn of events in this fight. It means Apocalypse no longer has a spinner. It can only ram. And Wicked Wyvern trying to slam him into the corner. Wicked Wyvern going in. Apocalypse 101 trying to get out. Wicked Wyvern looking for the last flip to seal the deal here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. Apocalypse's spinner still caught up in the decoration. This is not looking good for Apocalypse. But Apocalypse trying to use its disability to its advantage here, trying to ram Wyvern into the corner. And the time has expired here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. The main event is done and over with here on Robot Hell NY Fight Night. What a match that was. What a crazy turn of events. And let me show you exactly what I mean with what is going on with Apocalypse 101. If you saw the before pictures, you will see that Apocalypse 101 used to have two towers and kind of a decoration that runs in between them. Its spinner has gotten stuck on the decoration. It was not able to move. And that is what sealed Apocalypse 101's fate here in the main event of NY Fight Night. You can see the aftermath of that spinner getting stuck. And Wicked Wyvern, of course, looking worse for wear after 2 years, but still not really taking any damage from Apocalypse after the spinner was disabled, possibly even by its own doing. I'm not even sure. Actually, I think I want to say that Wicked Wyvern's flip was what did Apocalypse in. It flipped Apocalypse, the decoration got stuck inside the spinner got caught in it, and that's what's disabled Apocalypse 101 from this fight. And so, by decision, your main event winner here on NY Fight Night is Wicked Wyvern. For Double Dragon Robotics getting yet another win in their collection here tonight. Apocalypse 101, usually a very capable robot, but that new decoration is what did him in here tonight. I guess he'll learn next time to change things up a little bit so nothing gets caught inside that spinner. What a crazy turn of events. Wicked Wyvern, although not ending the match with a flip, did get the flip in on Apocalypse 101 about, I want to say, 30 seconds into the match. But then, flipping Apocalypse back over in either a show of good sportsmanship or just the urge to beat up Apocalypse 101 even more. I'm not sure what it was, but whatever it was, it ended up working out for your winner, Wicked Wyvern. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Robot Hell fans, that will conclude tonight's installment of Robot Hell NY Fight Night. I hope everybody who watched the stream, caught the stream, saw a little bit of the stream. I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's NY Fight Night. I know I did, having actual fights instead of experimental table garbage. With that, I am signing off, and I will see all of you next time on Robot Hell! That was a terrible voice crack. I apologize. Good night, everybody!